Ever notice how after like really wanting something, you start seeing it everywhere? It's weird.
Yeah.
Like when I was obsessing over getting a vintage yellow Vespa, suddenly they were on every street corner.
Right.
Turns out it might not have been a coincidence.
Yeah.
And that's what we're diving into today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how our brains work. It's called the reticular activating system, or RAS. Think of it as a personal spam filter for your brain.
Okay.
Deciding which of the millions of sensory inputs you actually become aware of.
Okay. That's way more concrete than my stamp folder.
Sure.
So how does this RAS play into achieving our dreams? Which, by the way, is exactly what we're unpacking today from this book, Reprogram Your Brain to Achieve Your Dreams.
Right. This book dives into visualization, and it emphasizes that it's not just wishful thinking.
Okay.
It's about using the power of your RAS. You see, your RAS picks up on what you focus on. So if you're constantly thinking about your goals, feeling those positive emotions associated with achieving them, your RAS is more likely to bring opportunities to your attention that align with those goals.
So it's like telling my brain, hey, this is important. Be on the lookout for anything related to this.
Exactly.
But what's the science behind this? Is there actual proof this visualization stuff works?
Absolutely. Scientists have studied the effects of visualization on athletes for years. They found that those who vividly imagined themselves practicing, say, free throws, improved their real-life performance almost as much as those who physically practiced. Their brains didn't fully distinguish between the imagined experience and the real deal.
Wow, that's wild. Our brains are so cool. But the book mentions it's not just about picturing success, right?
Right.
There's more to it than that.
Exactly. There are two key steps to effective visualization. And the second step is where the magic truly happens: emotional engagement. It's not enough to just see yourself achieving the goal. You need to feel the emotions of it. Imagine the satisfaction, the pride, the sheer joy of that accomplishment.
Okay, so I can't just picture myself like giving a killer presentation at work.
Right.
I have to feel the confidence radiating from me as I speak, the positive energy from the audience. Am I on the right track?
Precisely. Those emotions make the experience real to your brain, strengthening those neural pathways and essentially telling your RAS, this is what we're going for.
So we're essentially talking about like consciously harnessing the power of our subconscious mind, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just sitting around waiting for like good things to fall into our laps, is it?
You're hitting a crucial point. Visualization is often misunderstood as passive wishing.
Right.
It's not.
Okay.
It's about actively aligning your thoughts, actions, and even your awareness to create the future you desire.
Okay, so less like magic and more about priming our brains to recognize and seize opportunities. Speaking of which, this book mentions Jim Carrey, and I've always loved this story.
Yeah. You know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. He visualized himself earning $10 million and even wrote himself a check back before he was famous. But the key takeaway isn't just about the check. It's about how that visualization fueled his belief in himself and his potential.
It's like that check was a physical representation of his unwavering belief, pushing him to, hone his craft and relentlessly pursue his dreams.
Wait.
It wasn't magic. It was focused action driven by a clear vision.
Exactly. And the book highlights other examples too. It talks about Oprah Winfrey and her use of vision boards.
Oh, I love vision boards. They're like a tangible collage of your dreams, making them feel more real and achievable.
Exactly. They're not just about arts and crafts. A vision board serves as a visual anchor, a constant reminder of what you're working towards. And every time you look at it, you're essentially practicing visualization, reinforcing those neural connections. So for our listeners who are eager to apply this, what are some tangible steps they can take to start incorporating visualization into their lives? What works best? It all sounds so powerful, but I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, okay, where do I even start with this? What advice does the book have for making visualization a regular practice?
Well, the book really emphasizes that consistency is key, but it also acknowledges that not everyone has an hour a day for meditation.
Right.
Even just 5 minutes of focused visualization can be surprisingly effective.
Okay, 5 minutes I can handle, but what should those 5 minutes look like? I'm guessing it's not just closing my eyes and hoping for the best.
You're right, it's about active engagement. So find a quiet space, close your eyes, and picture your goal as if it's happening right now.
Okay.
And don't just see it, engage all your senses.
Oh.
What do you hear? What do you smell? What are you feeling emotionally?
So if, let's say, my goal is to write a book, I shouldn't just picture the cover with my name on it.
Right.
I should imagine the feel of my fingers on the keyboard, the quiet satisfaction of a productive writing session.
Exactly. And most importantly, feel that sense of accomplishment, the joy of holding your finished book in your hands. Those emotions, that's what solidifies the vision in your subconscious mind.
It's like we're planting the seeds of our desires and then nurturing them with focused intention and emotion.
This is really cool. So much of this resonates. But is there anything we should be cautious about?
That's a great question. Remember, visualization is a practice. It's like learning a musical instrument. You wouldn't expect to play like a virtuoso overnight. Be patient with yourself, stay consistent, and don't get discouraged if things don't change instantly. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of how my mind works and the power I have to, shape my own reality. And that's the most empowering takeaway of all. If our brains don't always distinguish between what we vividly imagine and what's real, then our potential is truly limitless. The key is harnessing that power through focused visualization.
So to our listeners, what if you've been underestimating your own potential all along? What incredible things could you accomplish if you truly embraced the power of your own mind? Think about that.